Alice, come on. You're almost there. What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got another banger. Today, we jump back into creative on Fortnite. And this time, we jump into an Alan Wake collab. The map code is down below. Be sure you stick around through this whole gameplay. And if you like this content, be sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Follow us over on Twitch TV at uefn. Catch this live. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one. Based on award-winning cinematic action thriller, shine the light on the events. Okay. Let's go. Let's jump in. So this is Alan Wake in Fortnite. Okay, here we go. Here's our flashlight.
In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why, but there can be no explanation, and there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest, and it's what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer, and 13 years ago, I found myself in a horror story of my own making.
Aim flashlight at the text.
I used to live in New York City with my wife, Alice. I wrote crime novels starring a fictional detective named Alex Casey. They made me famous. But then I killed off Casey.
Examine the Allen cutout. Oh, so let's venture, man. Let's take a walk around. This is like really well put together. But it is made by Epic, yeah? Collect flask. Okay, so that's like a side quest. Be sure we get all the flask. Hey. Always loot. Who we got? Just Cinnamon Girl with the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to Heatwave. W follow. Examine. Alright, here we go. Alan Wake, the sudden stop. Okay. The bookshelf. We have a bunch of books here. Go to the kitchen. It's very, like, simple, huh? Remember.
What, now you can't even talk to me?
Aww.
I need to write something different. Something new, but nothing works. I can't take it.
Alan, you've been working on this for over 2 years. You need a break. I heard about this peaceful little town. It'll be the perfect place to clear your head.
So Alice convinced me to visit Bright Falls.
Wait, I didn't do what it wanted me to.
Quiet town in Washington. Just what I needed.
Did I?
First, we stopped at the local diner to get our cabin key from the landlord.
Get the cabin key from the landlord. At the diner. Okay. Okay, shine the flashlight. Okay, we need flask. We need flask. Where's the flask? There's gotta be a flask here, right? There's one. Okay, I don't want to get too far ahead. Maybe there's a flask in, like, every part. Can't go back there? Alan Wake, The Sudden Stop, the international bestseller. Okay.
As soon as I stepped in the door, the waitress Rose recognized me. Said she was my biggest fan, had all my books. After she made me promise her an autograph, I asked about the landlord. Rose said he must have gone to the restroom.
He must have gone to the restroom. To the restroom we go. This is very cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like the flashbacks, how they put that together. Just think of like the production, you know? What production it took to do this? Alright. Knock knock. Open up. FBI, open up!
I checked the back of the diner. It was dark, foreboding. The kind of place that made your skin itch. That's when Barbara Jagger appeared. An older woman in a vintage funeral gown, like something out of a 1960s horror novel. She said the landlord hadn't been able to make it and handed me the cabin key. She insisted she'd come by later to check on us and to meet Alice. Alice and I drove through the majestic landscape to our cabin. The little wooden house stood alone on a tiny island near the shore of Cauldron Lake, in the bowl of an impressive caldera.
This is getting good. This is getting kind of creepy. Bird leg cabin. The flashlight built the bridge. Where can I get one of these?
It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right.
Are you sure you read the directions right? It's nothing like in the brochure. It said near the lake, not on it.
It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here.
I would like to say it's a nice spot, but I'm kind of creeped out.
Alan! I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Ooh, a surprise. Can't build right now. Oops. Sorry. I was just trying to get out of it. Alright, she's waiting on us up the stairs. I'm just looking for a flask. Be patient. Alright, here we go. Let me get out the way.
Surprise!
Alice, what is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of
Damn it,
scenery would
Alice,
get you
you-
past.
Everyone keeps...
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes
now
in
you wanna
helping
get me
artists.
committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Don't! Just don't! I don't want to hear it!
The lady came back. Yeah, I'm kind of getting chills. Or you just dive in right there? You definitely just broke your
When I
neck.
came to, I was behind the wheel of a crash car on a forest road. I felt like I had woken up from one nightmare only to find myself in another. I remember diving in after Alice. So how was I here?
Yo. It's kind of dramatic, huh? Excuse me. All right, here we go.
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I'd planned to use for the next novel I'd never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. Departure by Alan Wake.
That's it? We can't read it? Okay. So we have to collect them. All right, here we go. To the rock. All right.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter. I found a page of writing, but it made no sense. A fragment of some demented horror story.
All right, another rock. Wake. We got this rock. Bam. Onto the boat. Okay, a little Alan Wake parkour to spice things up.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. I realized that the shadowy figure was the character from the page I just found, The Taken. A man taken over by a creature of supernatural darkness called the Dark Presence. There's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I would come to realize the lake does something to works of art created here. It lifts the story from the page and gives it form, turns fiction into terrible truth. The manuscript was becoming real.
Alright, so don't touch the water.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. You're a patient in my clinic. Have been for a while now.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman? I fell. What? No, you. I found myself stuck in Cauldron Lake Lodge, Dr. Hartman's clinic. He tried to convince me I was a patient of his, that I had imagined everything. I knew he was lying. Soon enough, his true colors would be revealed.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
The pages I'd been carrying with me were gone. I needed them back. They were the key to finding Alice, to understanding this mystery.
I see what you tried to do there. I didn't fall for it. Okay. Okay. So we're just slamming doors in my face? That's how you're gonna get me, huh?
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Bro. I just want the flask. Okay. Not too much to ask for. I don't want to go out there, to be honest. Anywhere else we should go? I don't think so. I don't want to keep this thing going.
I broke into Hartman's office to learn the truth. The manuscript pages were on his desk, the ones I had found and more. I confronted him, furious. He admitted he had been lying and tried to cut a deal with me. He was still trying to manipulate me, to use my writing for his own ends and to make the dark presence stronger in doing so.
Bro? Make this dark presence go away. I can't take it anymore. Make it stop.
I dreamt of the night Alice went missing. Her screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
We're coming up on the truth.
Alice!
In a dream, I found myself back at the cabin, just like the manuscript described. It felt like I was reliving a suppressed memory, a waking nightmare. This was my chance to find out what had happened to Alice.
Why am I first person now?
I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete.
She gives me the
manuscript of a novel
creeps.
Entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. Under the influence of the dark presence, I'd written a horror story, and now my own words were tearing my world apart. It was using my story to grow stronger, to spread its darkness. But somehow some part of me had been aware enough to write my own escape into the story, a way back to Cauldron Lake, to Alice.
Okay. So you were possessed and you wrote this book, and now here we are. But somehow, some way, you thought, come to my senses. And you wrote an escape plan. If you did write that escape plan, there's no telling where you would be, brother. Man, this flashlight's putting in work, let me tell you.
The The story I had written in the cabin had come true. Touched by the dark presence, I'd written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
Okay. Okay.
Jagger was waiting for me, but I wasn't afraid. I had light on my side. I was ready. I fought Jagger with the light, shattered the darkness inside her. She was gone. But this was a horror story, and the ending had not yet been written. There'd be a price to pay.
What's the price to pay? Not Alice, right? Did you just make a sacrifice? I thought we were in this to get her. We're still going to save her, right? Okay. 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 So we destroyed the darkness with the light. Come on, Alice. Come on. You're almost there. Alice!
There's light and there's darkness, cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. Alice was safe, but the balance had to be kept. I'd taken her place, a small price to pay. Now I was trapped here, in the dark place, outside reality.
Alan. Brother, why would you do such a thing? I didn't see that coming. Not gonna lie. So now you're stuck here?
If I wanted to escape, I would have to start writing again. A new story. A sequel to Departure. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. Return by Alan Wake.
So the next story is the return of Alan Wake. Hey.
The dark presence is out there. It's hunting me. Its spies are always watching. It's trying to catch me. I think it did more than once. It's stealing from me. Stealing my identity. It wants to be me. Replace me. Twisted version of me. Scratch. Mr. Scratch. It's slithering into the story. Once it's in the story, I have to use it to keep the story true. It got in. I have to make the story darker now. But that gives it power. That's bad. I don't want that. But I have no choice. It's an arms race. All right, now keep it together. Damn it. I'll be the first one to cross the finish line.
Yo. You have completed the Alan Wake flashback. Hey, that was kind of lit, dude. I kind of want to play like the next story. That's a W gameplay. That's well put together.